Hello, scholars. I'm Chauncey Joyce, and I'm here today with Rusty Myers. Rusty, are you ready to get started?
Let's see, I am. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Rusty, what industry do you work in, and how many years have you worked in the industry?
Yeah, I am in commercial real estate, and I've been doing it now for about 39 years, which is a long time. Started out in 1985 with a local development company called Tipton Associates, and spent about 7 years with that company doing both marketing, finance, and then became a partner on the office division for them. Then had my own company for about 17 years and have now been with JLL for about 13 years.
Great. What's most unique and exciting about your commercial real estate industry?
I think the thing I've enjoyed most over the years is just the diversity of what we do. Any given day is different. I could be showing space, I could be doing financial analysis, I could be doing a lease negotiation. So what I've loved and why I'm still doing this after 39 years is just no day is the same and every day is a different challenge.
Nice. So, what is your current title, role, and company of employment?
Sure. My current title is Managing Director with JLL. And basically, I am a commercial broker for JLL and focus really my business on office and office space.
What challenges did you face when getting into your career?
Well, the biggest challenge for me was just figuring out what career path I wanted to go. Um, I went to graduate school up in Chicago and knew I wanted to come back to Cincinnati, but actually had no idea what industry or what I wanted to do. Got my MBA and it was in marketing, finance, and management. So kind of kept all my options open. And one of my biggest challenges was just figuring out kind of what I wanted to do at the end of the day. So that was my biggest challenge. Then once I started my career, the biggest challenge was kind of jumping in and drinking from the fire hose. Uh, and so learning on the job and having to ramp up pretty quickly.
Great. I think you did this a little bit already. Is there a brief description of your current role you'd like to provide?
Sure. Yeah, I'm on the office team at JLL. So I'm on a team, there are five of us. And really our focus is both tenant representation, where we help tenants and clients find space and negotiate space. The flip side is what we call agency leasing. So that's where we represent a building and building owner and help them find tenants and lease space in their building. Uh, and then I do a lot of kind of one-off things in my business because of my development background. I do a lot of investment sale work, do a lot of site selection for clients and help them through the development process. So it's a pretty wide range of what we do and how we help our clients.
What other roles have you held?
Well, going way back in my career, I was first hired at Tipton for marketing, and I was a leasing agent for Tipton, helping to find tenants. Very quickly flipped into finance for the company because my background really coming out of school, both undergrad and grad, pretty strong finance background. So I ended up basically heading up. I was director of finance for Tipton, both raising debt and equity for the company. Then became a development partner with my partner Ken Oswald. We were really charged with office development for Tipton. Then when I started my own company with my partner David Ottenjohn, our focus was really brokerage for about 17 years. And that's kind of what led us to JLL. We sold our company, Enjoy JLL, about 13 years ago.
Interesting. Where do you currently live, and have you lived in any other places during your time in industry?
Yeah, currently I'm in Cincinnati and I'm a native Cincinnatian. Actually, I am a fourth generation UC grad. My daughter is a fifth generation UC grad. Go Cats. So I live and breathe and bleed red and black. Um, But, I went to grad school in Chicago, but really knew I wanted to get back to Cincinnati because that's where really friends, family, and connections were. And, with real estate, it really is a local business. So there were huge advantages for me once I decided to go into real estate and having the connections I had back in Cincinnati, plugging back into those.
Great. So what is your educational background? Sounds like you're a Bearcat, which we love.
I am a Bearcat through and through. Was a finance finance major at UC, and then went up to Chicago for grad school. Got my MBA at Northwestern Kellogg School up there. And I was lucky to get in the 4-quarter program. So was up there from June to June in 84, 85. And still carry my beach pass from Northwestern to this day. It was a great experience.
Great. So for someone looking to get into this industry, do you have any recommended education or a professional designation?
Yeah, what I would say is it really depends on kind of what you want to do in the industry. And again, my guess is if people are watching this, they really don't know what they want to do in the industry. Um, so what I will say, obviously kind of a business background and general business background will get your foot in the door in commercial real estate. And then you have all different paths, whether it's brokerage or property management or investment sales or working like in the financial industry, lots of different paths. So I can't say there's one really educational background I would recommend, but I think a business degree gives you a pretty strong foundation to go whatever direction you want to go. And then as far as designations, again, it really is depends on what area of specialty you're in real estate. I mean, like a CCIM for me could have been something that might have been beneficial. But really what I found is, people make their own way and make their own reputation and build really their own credibility. And so you don't necessarily need that designation. I think just proving yourself on the job is kind of the critical aspect once you're in the career. So
Those are really good responses, Rusty. Thank you. Because sometimes I notice people tend to recommend the path they took. So I like how yours is very broad. I love that.
sure.
All right, Rusty, what does a good day look like for you?
Well, I guess the best day is when I successfully am able to find a solution for a client and they're happy at the end of the day with that solution. Whether it be signing a lease, closing a sale, those are all good days when, at the end of the day, you get to a finish line and everybody's happy, and it works out well for everybody.
Great. Now, what does a challenging day look like for you?
The opposite. say 2 years of hard work, and at the end of the day, everything falling apart, which happens all the time in our business. The other thing about what I do, and I say all the time, I have no decision authority in what I do, and which can be really frustrating at times when you really know kind of maybe what the best path or the best decision would be for somebody. And all you can do is try to coerce them or guide them, but you ultimately have no authority over making that decision. So sometimes it gets a little frustrating. So that can be a bad day when somebody goes a different direction of kind of what you think they ought to do. But, luckily,
Thanks, Rusty.
Yeah.
I appreciate your candor with that answer. So now, would you say the good days outnumber your challenging days?
They absolutely do.
Oh, that's great.
That's why I'm still doing this after 39 years. I really do enjoy what I do. And, I'd love to say I get up every day energized, ready to go. But, again, more days than not are good days.
Great. Now you described your love of finding solutions for others, but what would you say is your favorite part of your role?
Um, what's really interesting, I just recently, within the last year, joined a team where I had basically been a lone wolf for a lot of my career. Um, it was basically eat what you kill mentality. And, over the last year joining a team, what I can say is I really have enjoyed the camaraderie of that. Um, I mean, my team consists of Josh Girth and Todd Pease, who are late 40s, and then Michelle Klingenberg and Brittany Avellis, who are both earlier in their career in their 30s. So we've got a nice diversity of age and experience. And what I personally have really enjoyed is just the camaraderie in the team and being able to mentor a little bit, um, and just be a resource that the team has needed. So,
Great. Now, do you have a least favorite part of your role?
a really good question. I can't say I have a least favorite part of my role. I can say probably what has impacted what I do most negatively. I mean, lately COVID has really put a different spin on office space. Um, so I've been through a lot of downturns over my career. The S&L crisis of late 80s, early 90s, and the bubble of 2000 and 2008 financial crisis. This one's different, and it's been a challenge because nobody really knows where it's going or what the office market of the future looks like. So, not that that's a great answer to the question, but it has been, a little monkey wrench that got thrown in our business that nobody ever anticipated.
I'm seeing more and more students are asking mental health questions. So, do you have any habits or routines or activities that help you prioritize your mental health?
The one thing I have found is my mental health is better if I take care of my physical health. So I have, through the years, um, in one way, shape, or form, tried to prioritize exercise in my day. And I've really, you have to schedule it, or at least I found I have to, or it's just too easy to say, no, I'll do it tomorrow. So I've been pretty religious about just scheduling my routine and exercise. Um, I've also been blessed by a great family, so they've been super supportive over the years, and um, so going home to great family life has really helped to support my mental health. Because there have been days I've gone home and wasn't too happy on the job, and I walk home and there's a smiling face at the door. So,
Thanks, Rusty. What advice would you like to share with an undergraduate student?
well, I think a lot of people would say, find a career that uh, you have a passion for or aligns with kind of your interests. What I will say is life's a journey. And again, going back to myself, I had no idea what I wanted to do coming out of grad school. I kind of fell into real estate. And, luckily it stuck and I really, really enjoyed it. But never be afraid to change your career path. Never be afraid to look at different opportunities if what you're doing isn't what you want to do. Um, and then take advantage of co-op, take advantage of uh, intern opportunities, anything you can do to kind of get a feel for, what an industry might be like or what a day on the job might be like. I always say you might not find what you want to do, but you're going to find out what you don't want to do, perhaps. And that's as valuable, and could save you a lot of time in a career. The other thing I'll say and this is kind of the old grumpy man in me, um, is look at work as a career, not as a job. Because the word job to me is kind of a negative connotation. A career is really something that you can be proud of. So if you can look at your work life as a career, I think you're going to be better off at the end of the day.
Rusty, I love your answers to these questions. Now, before we close out our discussion, is there anything else you'd like to add?
The only thing I will say is good luck. And I would be happy to be a resource for anybody that is looking for a career in real estate. So, um, you know, feel free to reach out to me and grab a cup of coffee and we'll chat.
Great. Thanks so much, Rusty.
Well, Chauncey, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the
Okay.
opportunity.
Great. You did great. I'm excited.
Well,
So
please,
you are okay if we kind of post this to like YouTube or LinkedIn or other
sure.
social media? I'll make
Yeah.
sure you get a chance to approve an edited version first,
Okay.
and of course, happy to make more edits or anything.
Well, and I'll
And
say
if sorry, go ahead.
edit away on your end too. So
Okay. I think you did great. Really, this is amazing. I think I'm going to require yours because I don't know. I feel like all of the students should get to watch this. And
okay.
now, if a student,
Thanks.
you did say this already, but is it okay if a student reaches out to me about you if I send them your questions and their contact information?
Yes, absolutely. I'm
I'll send
always
it.
happy
I'll
to
send it
mentor
to
them.
you.
So, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I don't want to share your email and all that broadly, but if I forward them to you, then you can respond at your own time.
Yeah, that'd
So,
be terrific. Happy to do that. So
Rusty, thank you so
good.
much for your help with this. I think it's really going to make an impact for our students.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity. I hope I didn't sound like an idiot through it. So
No, I loved
again,
it.
Please,
Your
please edit
responses are
away.
no, your responses are really, really good. I love them. So I love how you look at words specifically when you talked about job and career. That really spoke to me
Yeah.
too, because I remember being an undergrad and saying you have to network, and I just thought like it just felt so selfish and it felt so one-sided. So then I started meeting people at career fairs and things and saying like, who would I want to build a relationship with? Like who do I look up to? Who do I want to like help become? So then I started forming like relationships instead of the other way around. It just felt more authentic, and I was interested and I want to learn more. And so I always thought it as like kind of a mentor mentee or someone seem more genuine to me because I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I've been really lucky over all my years. There have been certain people I felt really comfortable to reach out to if, I wanted some advice or direction. And
Yeah,
it's as you said, it's a relationship. It's not
right.
a contact. So
Yeah,
Yep.
personally, that led me to choose a career in corporate finance over investments. So
Yeah.
while I did have numerous job interviews with investment banks, I remember just the interview went both ways, and that's what was surprising for me. I was thinking like, you know what, this is not like a great fit for me. But I'm glad I realized that before I moved to New York City. Was just like, no, this is not really the culture that I want. But I think that's improved quite a bit because that was in 2008. So it was right before this kind of crisis occurred. I was interviewing. I was kind of like, ooh, this is not cool.
Yeah. Well, lucky you didn't go that way because you would have been unemployed pretty quickly. Probably.
Yeah, I probably would have. That's who
Yeah.
would have. A lot of my peers did get their offers cut and things, and
I'm sure last in the
and
door.
I
first
probably wouldn't have
out.
ended up in Cincinnati, Ohio. So
Yeah.
I love this
Well,
city.
I gotta tell you, and I said this before, I am just thrilled for the students that you are there. I mean, it's clear you have a passion for this and a passion for the students. So thanks for doing what you do.
I appreciate that, Rusty. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky.
Well, I tell you what, as I told you, just being around the students is energizing.
Yeah,
So it's fun.
you're right. You're right. So if you ever want to drop in a class, then we can always make a space for you.
Well, I'll audit your class. How's that?
No, you can speak.
I'm not going to speak. I'll come learn something.
All right, we'll ask them who they want to speak, and then we'll let the students choose.
There you go.
All right, Rusty.
Well, thanks for including me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
Johnson. Take care. See you.
Bye.